to The Witcher 3. So now then, probably one of my favorite questions in this area. Oh no, not the frames. Okay.
You're tormented. By what?
Forgive me, but I must ask directly. Are you a man? I no longer trust my senses.
Not exactly. I'm a witcher. Quite a few folk think I don't deserve to be classified as a member of the human species. Know some personally.
A witcher? But no, nor can you help me.
We'll see. Just tell me what the problem is.
A foulness, a demon or wraith haunts me, grants me no rest. It wants something. I sense this, but know not what. Each day it appears, tarries, then leaves. It's here now, there, beyond the trees.
Don't see a thing.
Of course not. It cannot be seen.
Yet you see it?
Only when I drink the brew, which brings a pain to my head, nausea. But I endured these to keep an eye on the wraith, my tormentor.
Sure you're not just losing it while drinking such?
This demon of yours, can you describe it?
It is an enormous horse, its hoofbeats pounding in the dark. It gallops to me, stops, stares, then runs on.
Sure it's not just a wild horse, run-of-the-mill?
The creature is not of this world. When it gazes at me, a terrible chill pervades my soul. It is evil condensed, its eyes black, void. Each time it comes, terror grips me. I cease what I'm doing, still my breath and heart.
What's your brew made of? Gotta wonder what's causing such strong visions. You drop in some mushroom, jumper tub, dancing dewlap?
Close. The common grey top. I see you know your herbs.
Grey top? Variety's extinct if I recall correctly.
Nearly, but not quite. I was able to grow a few from dried spores. I'd hoped a brew of grey top would reveal this nightmare. I was not wrong.
Far as I know, grey top produces some powerful side effects. Though it can, in fact, reveal the hidden, the immaterial.
Yes, I see the evil. Better that than to know it is there, but not know where.
Right.
Fine. You seem sure something's out there. I'll see what I can do. Start by taking a look around.
Use your Witcher senses. Witcher.
Dead moths. Attracted to some ghosts like to the light of a candle.
Grant me but one hope's rest. I beg.
Seems there's at least some truth to the hermit's ravings. Common grey top. Strong hallucinogen. Thought extinct. Don't often get to see that.
Fair sense of doubts of web Yoda. The end is nigh. Mend your ways and put your faith in the good town. For a prophet is written, to shun the pleasures of the flesh and shirk from comfort is at times recommended. To value one's neighbor's fortune above one's comfort is commendable. That's why we, the 8th-day flagellants, oh god, flagellation, scourge ourselves in torment or flesh to ensure all folk of the world enjoy long and prosperous lives. Wherever evil, sickness, or misconduct lurks in this world's dark corners, survives not because we have been negligent in striking our backs with the whip. Oh, goody.
Drops of blood on the pillow. Trail of him leading to the window. Shutters closed tight. Need to check the other side, see if the trail continues.
I can't.
Trail of blood starts at the pillow, ends here. Medallion's still vibrating.
You were very near to it. It looked at you, then galloped into the woods.
Something drinks the hermit's blood at night. That I know. Gotta talk to her. Maybe she can tell me
Death
something
to my
more.
feet. Tired. Witcher.
Heard flagellants whip themselves to atone for all humankind's wrongs. To appease the gods, gain their forgiveness. That why you do it?
We've each our own reasons. I seek to atone for the suffering of a living being, which once fell victim to another's vanity. I care not for humankind, preferring instead the company of animals.
What's a herb?
What do you have to sell? Like to take a look.
Herbs. That's not what I really want, though. But I figured I'd check anyway.
Most likely some kind of wraiths tormenting you. Can't tell what kind, though. Felt weak, spent lately? Notice bite marks on your skin?
As I said, I feel weaker by the day. And bites, of course. There are lice and midges here aplenty.
This isn't lice. Something much bigger drinks your blood while you sleep.
But I do not sleep. Not a wink. He's always present, always watching. I cannot bear it any longer.
Sadly, not much I can do. Can't exterminate it if I can't see it.
The Grey Top. I shall make a brew of it for you. I've 2 mushrooms left, enough for 1 dose. Perhaps then you'll see what I do.
Yeah, sure, why not?
A proper brew could be our only chance to figure this out. All right. High time we tried this. If I start muttering something about unicorns or sorceresses, ignore it.
She's just like, yeah, that's gotta be interesting. Well, you don't see the toxicity effect. But we passed out.
Don't see no wraith.
Wow, this clover's amazing. Now that's what I call a bouquet.
Who said that?
Oh, you're awake. Had me worried. You were out way too long. Even considered giving you some white honey. Kinda hard to do with hooves, though.
Roach?
Yeah.
Your voice. It's, interesting. Gotta say, I expected a young mare to sound, girlish.
Based on what? Your vast experience with talking animals? Far as I know, I'm your first.
Well, there you go.
Good point.
Well, there you go. What else do you just met a horse to sound like?
Must be the brew that did this. Interesting side effect.
Great, isn't it? You should take this stuff more often. Got so many pointers I could give you.
Can't, sadly. Drinking this too often could prove fatal.
We're having a conversation with a horse. It's pretty great.
Hey, know how you always show up when I whistle? How's that work exactly?
Well, you're my human. Gotta be there when you need me. Yes, I'll be there for you, ooh, as the world falls down.
Still kinda strange. How you cross the ocean when I call sometimes, but then get hung up on the tiniest fence.
Exactly.
What's that about?
What can I say? Everyone's got limits.
Yeah, explain that one. Programming. Anyway.
Listen, got this contract I need to finish before the brew wears off.
Right. Monster won't slay itself. Let me see. First up, I need to know what we're dealing with. Follow me, and try not to trample any plants or small animals.
Shrug.
Geralt, we gotta inspect this area closely. I'll look for clues. You stand there and... well, just stand.
Right.
Will you look at that?
Don't see anything here.
These are hoof prints. Not just any old horses either. These were left by an astral being. Otherworldly. We gotta follow them.
I was like, I don't see these hoof prints.
Dead moths often mean a phantom's nearby.
Thanks, Captain Obvious. Now, what about the smell?
Same whiff I caught at the cemetery in Vizima when we were hunting ghouls. The smell of... death.
Smells normal to me. Not taking me for a ride, are you?
Seriously?
It's like I'm picking up.
All right. Now I know what we're up against.
What are we up against?
Right, Geralt. Let's sum up what we know so far.
We're dealing with some kind of wraith or phantom, most likely. It visits the hermit at night, drinks her blood. Even if we manage to find it, I've got no idea how I could possibly fight it.
Geralt, please, I got this. It's definitely an Umbra, an immaterial wraith. This one's assumed the form of a horse.
An Umbra actually makes sense. Umbrae are completely invisible, even to Witchers. But how can you be sure?
Because it's not invisible to me, Doofus. It's right over there.
Well, there you go.
It's getting away! Come on, Witcher! Hop in the saddle! Gotta catch it!
We gotta catch it.
Run, Roach!
There's the Umbra! Let's go, Geralt! After it!
Oh god. Roach, wait.
Hey! Gotta save my strength a bit. No telling how long we're gonna need to keep running.
Chase it.
Geralt, we gotta have a man-to-horse talk. No offense, but your riding skills, they leave a bit to be desired, buddy. You'd really do me a solid if you could, apply a slightly surer hand. Be a little more decisive about where you want me to go. Sometimes I got no idea, buddy. Do I go left, right, torque where I'm standing?
Yeah, and it'd be great if you could respond more fluidly to my commands.
Hey, heard this one? Horse walks into a tavern, and the innkeeper says, "Hey, pal, why the long face?"
Ha! Let's not lose sight of that Umbra. Can you see it now?
Yeah, it's right there. Run, Roach.
What the fuck do you think I'm doing?
Good point.
As long as we're being candid, I gotta ask. Why do you sometimes buck me off in the middle of a fight?
First I've heard. Don't recall that ever happening.
Of course you don't.
Of course you don't.
Melted into thin air.
Wraiths? Wraiths? Apparitions! Panthers!
Fuck! Geralt, watch out! Good gods! What's with the overgrown demon cats? Help!
Come on. Spin. Spin. Next. Ooh. Thorns. What do we have? No, I don't want that.
Marcello Clarici. Knight. Died last year. Was more or less the same age as our hermit. Seems his spirit's become a horse-shaped umbra that's tormenting Penastri.
Why are you telling me this? I can read and draw my own conclusions.
Thinking aloud, that's all. Helps me focus.
Yeah, we do this a lot.
Geralt, it's the Umbra! Attack!
Let me explain.
Talk, but make it fast. Why are you tormenting the hermit?
She torments me, refuses to forgive me. I'm denied peace in the afterlife, and it's all her doing. Each day I come and beg her for clemency.
Beg her for clemency. You drink her blood, drive her mad with fear.
I don't know how to explain it, but yes, a monstrous force takes me. Though I also know I'll not have peace till the day Penastri forgives me.
So what's going on here?
You and the hermit, how do you know each other?
We met as babes, grew up side by side. I loved her. Yet she was always sad. Nothing could cheer her. The world terrified her. I thought her gloom came from being poor. So I did my damnedest to take us from our village, make us a better life elsewhere. Became a squire, took her with me to the palace. But Penastri soon learned nobles are no more decent than peasants, not a speck.
Well,
Once even I'd grown vile to her eyes, she fled the palace and joined the flagellants. I left the court to be near her, yet she cast me off. Said she didn't want to know me. When the whip-bearers proved too hard-hearted for her too, she became a hermit. I see it clearly now, though I never understood her while alive.
She just isn't happy with anything. She's one of them
From the
people.
grave's dark depth, the living are bright, sharp flares. You see all their thoughts at once? Now I understand why she had to cast me off.
She's full of rage. Probably what turned you into an Umbra. Why take the form of a horse?
A horse? What do you mean? Each day since I died, a power lifts me from my grave and makes me run. Then I return with blood in my mouth. I don't know what this is, how it comes to pass, but I do know the torment will continue until she forgives me. But she sees me as a horse, you say?
Yes, yes.
Seems so. Same way I saw you.
Okay.
Must have hurt her something awful if she refuses to forgive you. Would rather see you suffer. What did you do?
What did
To
you
her?
do?
Nothing. But my horse, I flogged it to death. Pinastri, she saw this.
Well, there you go.
Proud stallion, my Blaze. But he was a bucker, and tossed me during a tourney. One I'd wanted to win badly.
Roach, you wanna chime
Pinastri
in
had been
on
so
this?
glad they'd let me stand. Me, a peasant's son. I wanted to win it for her. But that horse made me lose. Rage overcame me. I struck and struck until at last he fell. Oh, the regret. I beg you, forgive me. Absolve me in Blaze's very name.
Can't forgive you for that. Not in my power.
But your horse could? Please, I'd do anything. I'm desperate. Help me.
Roach?
Noble mare, forgive me my sin.
Could free his spirit, pardoning him on behalf of his horse. But you shouldn't do it if you don't think he deserves forgiveness.
Did a rotten thing. Got no excuse. Your horse was loyal. Did the best damn job he could. 'Cause that's how we horses are.
True. I know I deserved what befell me.
But we aren't vengeful, don't hold grudges, don't dwell on being left in monster-infested woods. So, in your poor
I do
Blaze's
leave you
name,
in
I forgive you.
monster-infested woods.
Oh, thank you. I feel it's incredible. Such relief, such lightness.
We did good. Sorta.
All right then. Guess we might as well head back. Penastri's nights ought to be ghost-free from now on. Anything to add, Geralt?
Nope. Let's go see her.
But didn't she have to didn't she have to forgive him? Not our horse? I don't understand that part.
Phantom's gone. Shouldn't torment you ever again.
I felt a change. I did. As if I'd been released from a cramped dunk cellar. I had come to believe no one could help me. I'm grateful, Witcher. I'm well aware Witchers work for hire.
I'm not going to explain what the problem was.
But I've no coin,
not.
alas. I can offer only this.
Potatoes.
Potatoes?
Crop this year.
All the
Exceptional.
potatoes.
Oughta thank my horse, actually. Phantom's departure, mostly Roach's doing.
Then I thank you too, noble creature.
Gotta admit, easy peasy with our powers combined. So, what now? We hit the path?
Well, no,
right
we're
to
a
the
bunch of
nearest notice
things
board?
raised.
Rustle up another contract?
Exactly. Though, effects of the bruise waning. I can feel it. Won't be able to understand you soon.
Ah, that's horseshit. I mean, I got so much more I want to tell you, and...
Clever beasts, horses. Farewell, Witcher.
So anyway, not even gonna mention it to her. Apparently.
Witcher.
Yeah. It's just like
Take care now.
Nothing. Oh wow. Anyway. I guess we'll go swoop down this way. There's roads with caught on everything. Because now because the object's in the way. But yeah, that's interesting for us. We gotta talk with Roach. Gotta understand horse mechanics. And how Roach, what are we doing? Roach. Come on. As I abandoned Roach because couldn't get past the frickin' water. Going through the bridge. Oh wow. Nice things and the inability to has them. I don't know what's over here. There's probably something over there. We should probably investigate. Did I already investigate? I can't remember. We're gonna investigate anyway. So you can't do that right now. I sort of do need to jump. So what is downhill? Why it's a locked door? And we don't have a key. So I guess we'll have to come back later. So try to remember if I've been in there before or not.
Draconid nest. Need to destroy it.
Alright, on it. I could just have this one without having to put green markers. I should run into these things on the way. Convenient. Oh hey, bar guns. exactly what I was expecting, but oh well. Probably knows it's a monster then. And yeah, look the red. There's the red thing. So, let's see. My expedition to the Mail Mountains was a success. I cannot wait to visit Toussaint. There's a land sculpted for... There's a land sculpted for Grocho Gropers. The Gorgon Foothills and the slopes of Mount Crane are places where I should be able to find dozens of exploration sites. Then this corridor of that volcanic rock will show me material to study for months to come. Incredible, I cannot find a single spot fit for study. The matter should be simple, for Tough is usually uninhabited, but all these grottos are either full of monstrosities, or been bought up by copper-pinching wine merchants scheming to fill every cave with their hideous barrels. Last time I spent a cistern. A local guide of some sort to show me some completely unoccupied cavern. Well, yeah, he's ran into the problem. All them wine merchants trying to put their wine in caves full of monsters. Sir Luke Vinegar, whom I encountered in San Sebastian, has enticed me with promises of Faber's Cave. You won't regret, Master Garrick. Which there were no greedy grape hoarders, nor any monsters to maul yourself to the leisure of force, but before embarking I invited my guide to stop at the pheasant tree. We were spending several days together. After all, I'd like to get to know him better. Luke turned out to be a picky gentleman. The shifty cuisine served us veal cutlets and garlic sauce and Ganizen's bean soup. Luke, however, asked for pancakes and red wine, making excuses about an inborn distaste for garlic. Well, there you go. He also didn't touch the silver cutlery, explaining something about an allergy and making use of its own wooden set instead. Despite these oddities, he made a quite interesting company, and we chatted over a bottle. Bars to be precise of wine until late in the night. Something tells me there will soon be much talk of the Vati Garrick Luke Vinegric duo in the waters. Speleologist. Speluncologist, yeah, that would be basically what he is. So, basically what I can assume is that one of these was Luke. But what was the other? Who was the other vampire? But it can't be him because he was dead on the ground. It's interesting though. Apparently vampires in this location do have those issues. Not sure if that serves for higher vampires though. Maybe we should ask Regis about this.
Out together, frick it!
Not bad. But you belong to a different hand, don't you? I would assume you guys belong to a different hand.
Start ramming your name up.
I mean... his hand was all the way over yonder. You are over here. You should belong to this hand. Okay, where is... There it is. Hey look, more journals. And loot. Journal written on Sourhide. Filbert sends to collect supplies. See, you guys belong to Filbert. Why are you complaining about the other hands? Filbert sends to collect supplies from the passing farm. Stay where most of the lads in camp as always and sent fear to go strike a deal with the steward. Filbert Durrett's a reasonable chap, no give us trouble about taking supplies before. This seems to in for an easy job, not like hunting flying monsters or lying in wait for caravans coming down the road. Nikolai and Pablo Gaff have not returned. Something stinks and it's not my fur wraps. Taking charge and leading a group to see what's going on. If those peasants have been seen have done something to my men, I would use that farm to moldering ashes. The farm's been demolished with no sign of Pablo or Nikolai. We only found 2 hay seeds. Take the back to the camp for crushing. We're probably like madman mumbled constantly about some werewolf. Now, Colo, he was in a cage for a while. Maybe get more talkative. Where the bum places are my men? Ah yes, the werewolves. So, looks like next is the castle. Which is gonna be for those guys. Okay, there's a wardrobe diagram for the Griffin set, which I probably would never use because I don't know, it's just it's like basically crafting. Okay, so it's basically like this. Feline has bonuses for attacking. Like your strong attacks increase your feline attack your fast attack damage. So combos. Rare attacks, which are a bit harder to do since stealth isn't really a thing in this. Then there's Griffin, which after uses damage to cast a sign in standard rather than sign cast. Within 3 sets, we cast a standard mode without using stamina. So, signed. The size of Yurden traps is increased by 40% while you're within a Yurden trap stamina regeneration is increased by... So, if you basically are using Yurden. We use Yurden for Ghost and Centipede. Not much else. Okay, so then there's Urzen, which is basically what we use half the time because when a Quinn shield shatters, there's a chance just a new one will be cast. Basically means I don't have to cast Quinn, like practically ever. And damage dealt by abilities involving the Quinn sign is increased by 200%. Now that right there, it's a bit of a problem because Quinn is a defensive mechanism. It's not really a damaging spell. Then there was the Wolfen one, which is a bit interesting. Up to 3 different orders could be applied to a sword at a time. Now, that right there isn't really that helpful because, well, we have our auto oil system, which, well, our mod, which basically means, oh, I'm fighting a wolf, it applies beast oil. Oh, I'm fighting a wraith, it applies wraith oil, spectre oil. But, so yeah, it doesn't really help at all because that would just end up with a sword that has beast, wraith, and necrophage oil on it for no reason. And don't really need that. Bombs for set pieces. Bombs are thrown without any delay. Now that could be good if I actually used bombs. but I don't really use bombs except for the unicorn bomb and blowing up monster nest. Cause I don't really have a use for them. I can just go and stab things. So, then there's, what is it? I use Manticore. Critical hit chance, but it's also applied to bombs. Cause you know, more bombs. The maximum number charge for each alchemy item is increased. Which basically we already have something that does that. We don't really need it up even more. And then there's Viper, which does nothing. It's probably a mod that makes Viper do something, but oh well. Or so. So. We have Exploding Shield, which crit shield pushes an opponent's back and deals damage when it breaks, for chance for knockdown. So there are some damage abilities for Quinn. Or some crit intensity, but I mean the only other crit thing would be crit discharge. But we'd have to put a lot of points into it, and already putting a lot of points into this, so not really worth doing. It's like those bonuses just aren't that great, honestly. It's probably a mod that makes bonuses better, but oh well. Cause I can work with just the Quinn auto reapplying half the time, well, most of the time. Now how do I get in? Did I just walk in the front? Might just walk in the front gate.
Abandoned castle mired in a dark legend.
As he runs. Gonna alert them all. Oh no, whatever shall I do? Not murder them all.
Son of a chargeman! Lick my dog and we get along!
The hell in his eye. Ought to use it.
We're a bit busy. But I'll remember to come back. Oh, he hasn't reached there.
Let us kill!
There he goes, though. Oh no, there's gotta be reinforcements. Damn it. Well, let's make this up.
You'll never learn.
Well then, anyone else? Yeah, one thing I do like about the Red Trip
That stench.
is there is sort of invincibility frames when you're executing people. Then again, most executions are usually on the last enemy of the group. Shit. Come on. Well, that's most of you, but... Is They haven't killed Filbert, so let's keep going up.
Does it hurt? Does it?
More
Does it?
shields. And this is why I love that reach then, because I could just go smack. From halfway across the room. Smack. Smack. Oh, you Filbert. You are Filbert. Well, let me just climb uphill.
My goodness! How I enjoy a good mug punching! Bad move.
It was, I admit.
You're not a complete mug.
Oh. I thought I would parry that one. Oh well. See how well you can parry those. So what do we have here? Here's the stuff. Black armor die. Yes. Damn, I don't know where the pink one is. I am Filbert von Witten, my crest a rook. I fall for the famed Sir Gruber Pale-cheeked von Witten. Today I was smeared by an insult which only blood can wipe clean. Rage burns my intros, writing this is the only way I know to calm the flames. When I am an old man and read these notes, I believe a certain Maximus Nonicus Macrinus be long dead, a pitiful memory. For now, however, he lives. Why do I write about this? A few days ago I challenged him to a duel, to the death. He had been drooling over my leasing. I could not bear it. He proved to be a bare swordsman than I. And that is not the worst. Lost fingers, nothing compared to lost honor. Maximus defeated me. Still killing me, he spared my life. Never shall I forget the faces of the men who turned their eyes from me then. I know I should never know peace until I have dealt with him. Those are some blank pages. I found the journal which I was given by my father several years ago, during the time since I had last heard much has occurred in my life. I have fled Gisant and sought my fortune in various places, for varied success. The worst, however, is that my hand has yet to grasp Maximus's throat. I know it's only a matter of time. Decided to return to that hound-botched duchy. We have pitched camp on Mount Crane. I've carefully selected a band of men who would not flee from any task, any foe. The Gisant which once forced me to run will now repay me in full. The highest price, however, should be paid by Maximus Nonicus Macrinus. When I get my hands on him, he would dream of one thing. Death. Got the hardest brute. He's loading up in Casadeccia estate. He was given it by that sodden tart, Aneretta. Seems Duke Raymond's been dead for a few years. Tomorrow my lads will pay him a visit. Can't go with them, however. The very thought of having to see his maggy face again makes me ill. Farewell, Maximus. I've signed your death warrant. I'm delighted Maximus and his family now rot. Their stench is a delight to stray mutts. Whenever I close my eyes, I see them perish. See them scream, moan and grovel. That makes my dinger stand firmer than even the curviest harlot could. I'm at last satisfied. And there you go. There's one goal in life, was to see him die. In a horrible way. And he accomplished it. Then I came along and murdered him anyway. Also spoons. And butter knives and spoons. Why are those spoons? spoons won't be relevant until later on. Like, is there anything else I want to? I could start poking around with the pink dye. I think I'm getting a decent chunk of it. Okay, so now that we can just craft black, we have enough pink dye. Okay, so what does it require for black dye? Okay, I can work with that. I should have enough white to make more of this. I mean, surprised you're running low on Redania Herbal compared to the rest of these things. Oh, we're running low on that too, I suppose. Okay, so let's make some more. So how many black dyes do I have in my inventory? 9. Okay, so pink dye. It does absolutely nothing. Great. Black dye. Just so I feel better about it. Oh, it's black. It's alright, black. It's black. And then, cat good. This right here. We could make it pink. However, holy crap, that is the worst pink I've seen. Black is much better. Much better. Oh, so you can't dye the swords, or the crossbow, or the horse armor, or the trophy. You can only dye the armor. Wait, did I dye this? I think I see the thing? Yeah, I think I did, yeah. It's barely noticeable though. So, no. We let it dies. Selling dye systems are irrelevant since my armor's been customized, so it's naturally black anyway. That doesn't even really need dyed. Now then, I'm going to jump off, and it's going to be glorious. Yeah. And thus arrives the knights and the guardsmen and the knights and the guardsmen. You know one thing that does bother me? It's all these knight errants and basically that plate mail. There isn't really that many that were, well, basically the gold plate mail that you would expect of Her Highness's knight errants. Like Pamarins and Milton de Peyrax. It's really nice gold armor that I still want, but it doesn't have Witcher benefits, so it's not really that great.
Stocks and the whip await those running riot. Our duchy values peace and quiet.
More onions. So, that's fair. We're going to open that. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all. Have a nice day.